Hello everyone, welcome to Quant Masters. I'm Harshita Alvili. Today we have Jayanth with us who is from Bangalore and he got placed in Comviva recently. So he's here to share his experience with us. Let's talk to him and get to know about the interview process in detail. Hi Jayanth.
Hi ma'am, how are you ma'am?
I'm good Jayanth, how are you?
I'm good ma'am, thank you.
So firstly, I would like to congratulate you for getting placed in Comviva Jayanth. We are very happy for you.
Thank you ma'am, thank you.
And so could you please introduce yourself, Jayanth?
Yes ma'am. Hello everyone, my name is Jayanth Gowda. I am from Bangalore. I have completed my engineering from Bangalore Institute of Technology under the course of Electronics and Telecommunication. Recently, I have been placed as an engineer in Comviva 2021 and my package is 6.5 lakhs. So,
Okay, super, super. So ready to share your interview experience with us, Jan?
yes ma'am, yes.
Was this an on-campus or an off-campus interview, Jan?
This was an on-campus.
On-campus
On-campus,
interview.
yes.
Okay, okay, super. So how many rounds were conducted in total?
In Comviva process, there were basically 3 rounds. First one was the online test. There it was aptitude, coding, English verbality, and everything related to the online test. And second one was the technical interview. That was the one-on-one technical interview. And the third one was the HR interview.
Okay, so when was the first round conducted, Jan?
First round was conducted on Wednesday, that is August 25th, ma'am. August 25th.
August 25th, the first round was conducted.
First round was conducted.
Okay. Yeah, tell us about the first round.
The process was like very fast, like day by day, they completed all the rounds. Like Wednesday was the first round and I got my offer letter on Friday itself.
Okay, it was quite quick.
Very quick.
Okay, so tell us about the first round, Jan.
Yeah, first round was aptitude round, that is online test. There were 4 sections in it. First one was the quant, and next one was the English ability, and third one was the logical reasoning, and last round was coding round, where there in coding round there were 2 questions, and we have to solve those 2 questions, and we have to make sure that we have to get all the test cases. Because my seniors told that there will be 4 test cases in each questions. Sorry, in 2 questions. Like for one question, we have to pass 2 test cases, and the second question also we have to pass 2 test cases. And what my seniors told that we have to make sure that you pass at least 3 test cases so that elimination will not happen. So. And in quant, there were questions on trains and trains questions were there, clock, time, and permutation combinations, and that's all. Like what Himanshu sir taught us in class, same questions were repeated. Not the same questions, but the values were changed.
Concepts were same.
Concepts were same, and I make sure that I use the same concepts. And I was very confident that I will clear this round.
Okay, so how many questions were asked from the quant section, Jan?
Quant section, there were 25 questions.
And what time was given?
25 minutes.
So you had like 1 minute for every question.
1 minute for one.
Was the time sufficient?
Yes, ma'am, it was sufficient. Instead, I completed that first round in 20 minutes only, and I was waiting for the clock to get over.
Okay, so you had more than enough time.
More than enough time.
Okay, then the next section, the verbal section, how many questions were there and what time?
Same 25 questions. Actually, in verbal, most of the questions were related to passage writing. So some of my friends who had attended the other companies, they were like, passage reading is very difficult. We have to read the entire passage like that. But what I understand by them, like we should not see the passage only. Just we have to see the questions, and we can see the answers in the passage only. We can directly pick the answers from that passage itself.
Okay, so that's your way of solving.
Yeah, because like in passage writing, passage question and answers, questions will be difficult, yes. But if we see the questions only, the answers we can get easily seeing that passage itself. One common word will be there, and the answer will be from that statement itself.
So that helped you.
That helped.
Solve all the questions in the given time?
Yes, ma'am. Even there were 25 questions and the time limit was 25 minutes only.
Okay, so here also time was sufficient.
Time was sufficient. And
yeah.
next one was the logical reasoning. There we got the questions like number series and blood relations. That's all. Only two. In logical reasoning, only two questions, like two parts were there. One was the number series and the other one was the blood relations. That's all.
Only two questions were asked.
No, like two concepts.
Two concepts. Only questions. How many questions were asked?
25 questions only, but only two concepts like number series and blood relations.
That's it. Nothing else was asked. So yes, you had like around 12 to 13 questions on number series and other 12 to 13 questions on blood relations.
Yes. Even after seeing the questions, I was shocked. Like only two concepts has been covered here. By I was a little bit confused.
It never happens, right?
Am I using any different link for the test?
Okay. So were they easy?
But it was very easy.
It was very easy.
Compared to quant, English ability and logical reasoning, coding round was very difficult.
Okay. So do you remember like questions from what topics were asked? It was based on which concepts, the coding questions?
Coding, yes, like they will give one paragraph and we have to write a code in any languages which we are comfortable. And there were two test cases. But solving those two test cases is really difficult. Like the time given was 45 minutes and I couldn't get all the test cases, but I got 3 test cases out of 4. One I didn't get and time was not sufficient for coding because like coding...
What time was given to solve both the questions?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. So that was not sufficient.
That was not sufficient. Like understanding the question or like understanding the concept of the question, what they are given, it was taking more than 10 minutes to me to understand for that question.
Okay. So yeah.
But compared to all these 3 rounds, coding round is an elimination round, I guess, because coding was really difficult.
Okay, so this happened on 25th August.
25th August. This
and when did you get to know that you are shortlisted for the next round?
Actually, one of my friend wrote the test at 11 a.m. and she received the mail saying that you have been shortlisted for the technical interview. And the same day only at 6 o'clock, she was having the technical interview. But I received the mail next day morning on Thursday, that is 26th August, saying that congratulations, you have been selected for the next round. So at 11 o'clock in the morning, I was having the technical interview. So
the very next day you had the technical interview.
Very next day I was having the technical interview.
Yeah.
Same day only HR called me first. Like they asked us the timings, like whether are you free at this time so that we can conduct an online technical interview for you.
Okay. So yeah, tell us about the technical
interview. In technical interview, like one crazy rule about Comviva is technical interview was taken by the staff who is working as an engineer in Comviva itself, not the person who was from HR department or any other test department.
So an employee from Comviva will be taking your...
he took the technical interview. Actually, that is an advantage because they will not be knowing all the technical related questions under the every concept. So in the first round, like he asked the questions like HR questions only. He was like, Jayanth, good afternoon. Tell me something about yourself. Directly he asked that question. And he told me to share the screen and show your resume. That's all. So I told about myself and I showed him the resume. So he was he was seeing from front line to end line my resume and he was asking the questions related to that resume itself. He didn't ask any technical questions. After asking the questions related to resume, he was like, which language are you comfortable with? Directly asked that question itself. So I told, sir, I'm proper in C++, that's all. So he was more specific. Jayanth, I don't want any 2 languages. Just tell me any 1 languages in which you can answer all the questions what I will be asking. So I told, sir, I am comfortable with C only. So you can ask me questions related to C. So he started asking me the questions related to C itself. After that, he gave me one coding question to write in front of him only, sharing my notepad. So the question was like, write a basic C program for identifying whether the number is prime or not. That's all. So I wrote the code and he asked me the simple questions, why you have written this statement, can we use any other statement? like that's all. This was the technical, and the major thing is our mini projects and final year projects plays a very important role in technical round, because
Okay.
after coding, after I finished my that coding question, the technical interviewer asked me about my mini projects. Particularly, he asked me about the mini project because like I did my mini project during the semester of 4, so he thought that I will be not remembering more about
Okay. So he
the
was
mini
checking if
project.
you remembered that
I
particular
remember
project
or
or
not.
not.
So he told
Okay.
me to explain.
Okay.
He
Please
told me to
continue.
explain in detail about the mini project. So I
Mhm.
explained him. He was very much happier to listen that. After that, he asked me about the final year project. That's all.
Mhm.
Just he asked
Yeah.
the objectives of the final year project, but
Okay.
in detail, he asked me about the mini projects.
Mhm. So
That's
this was the technical interview.
this
Anything
was
else
the
was
technical.
asked?
Sorry, ma'am.
Anything else was asked?
In technical interview, one more question was, he was like, he told me one concept, that is, do you know anything about agile concept? He only mentioned that particularly. So I told sir, I don't like. I told him that sir, I am not sure about it, but I can manage. So in that part, he asked me 1 to 2 questions about agile. That's all.
Mm.
But I answered only one question and one I didn't. But he was like, it's okay, fine. I've already allotted you the marks. Just for my sake, I asked you this. That's all.
Okay,
He
okay.
was
So
very peaceful in technical interview.
okay, so it went very smoothly.
It went very
You could
smooth.
answer all the questions what were asked.
Yes, I answered. But technical interview was also an elimination round.
Mhm.
Many others like has been rejected, eliminated in technical interview also.
Okay, okay. So yeah, when did you get to know that you are shortlisted for the next round? This evening?
I got the mail I received in the evening. I received the mail at 5:30 or 6 o'clock saying that congratulations, you have been selected for the next final round of the Comviva, that is the HR round.
Okay, okay. So yeah, tell us about the HR round. It happened on the very next day, if I'm not wrong.
Very next day only. Around 11 o'clock, HR called me and told your interview your interview will be at 12 o'clock. So I was ready with it. But in Comviva, HR interview is literally very difficult to pass. Even we can pass the coding and technical round, but HR round will be very, very difficult compared to any other companies.
Okay.
Like students or my friends will be in the mood that oh, I passed all the rounds, HR will be easy. But this is only for other companies, but not in Comviva. HR will be very strict. In fact, I was not sure about that I will pass the HR round, because the questions and the questions were like that, and he was he was tempting me to get angry.
Okay, so what questions were asked?
Yeah, first he told just normal question. Tell me something about yourself. So I told, and one question he asked me like, which sports do you play, Jan? So I told, sir, I'm a badminton player and I will see cricket, but I'm not a cricket player. So he was like, in 2013, which team won the IPL in India? Like those questions he asked. Sir, in 2013, how can I tell? You are a cricket fan and you should be knowing from 2000 also. So I told, sir, from 2000, the IPL was not there only. It has been started recently, about 9 years ago. So he was like, okay, you remember the date? No, tell me which date and year did the IPL started in India? Like these questions he was asking me. I was like why this person is asking these questions and all. And all of a sudden he told me that he asked me the rules of badminton. So I explained him the rules of badminton. So he gave me the question related to badminton, and he told me like, Jayanth, think that you're staying in a single dark room, and how will you measure the diameter and the center of the that dark room, assuming that there is no source of light, not even torch, candle, matchsticks, or light, anything. So I told him, sir, it is impossible to find out without any source of light. So he was like, seeing your resume, I am thinking that you are an engineer. Engineers should be proper in mathematics, but you are very weak at mathematics. So I told, sir, mathematics and measuring the diameter for a empty or the no light room is very difficult, sir. How can we measure it, sir? So he told, in my question only, the answer is there. If you answer this, I will continue. Otherwise, we'll end the meet. He was like that. I was really confused and I was scared, like what this person is asking and all. So after that, I told, sir, inside the room, we cannot measure the diameter and all, or the center. But coming outside the room, taking the measurements of that room, we can measure the diameter and the circle. Yeah, that is what I was asking, Jayanth. Without the source of light also, you can measure the diameter from coming the outside. No, this answer I was expecting, he told. And the answer what I told, he was also happy, and he asked the next questions. Related to badminton also, he asked, and he was like, are you having any two-wheeler or car? He asked me. Yes, sir, I am having a bike. So he was like, what cc? So I told, sir, 150cc Pulsar 150 I'm having. So he was like, do you know the owner of Bajaj company? Like that he was, who is the CEO of Bajaj?
Okay, he asked which bike you own, and then
Yeah,
asked questions based on that company.
based on that company. And what is the mileage? I told the mileage, but the CEO and owner, I don't know, sir. I was like, I told him like that. After that, okay, like, what is your father working? So I told, sir, my father is a businessman.
Okay.
He was like, who is the business tycoon for Australia?
Oh, okay.
So I was, sir, so I told, sir, we are staying in India. How can I tell about Australia and all, sir? For India, I can tell. So everyone knows for India who is, but I want the answer for Australia. Are you knowing or not? That's all he told them. So I told, sir, I don't know, sir. That's all.
Okay.
These questions, he was taunting me to get angry.
Okay.
In HR round, but not only for me, but other friends of
for others
mine
also.
Yes, HR was very strict. But strict means like not these types of silly questions.
So what else was asked?
That's all. After this, he was like, were you placed in any other companies, and what will you be looking forward after placing in Comviva? And then he ended the meet. Till the offer letter was released, I was very shocked. Like, I thought that I will be not passed in Comviva itself.
Okay. So you are not expecting. Then when did you get to know that you are actually placed? The final result.
Yeah, like after that HR interview, after 2 to 3 hours in the afternoon, I got a call from HR stating that you have to send all the documents like 10th, 12th, and 1 to 7 marks cards, and 1 to 7 marks cards, and no due certificate from your college.
So they asked you to send the marks cards of 1 to 7 standard.
1 to 7 sem of engineering.
Sem, yeah. Okay.
10th
They
and
asked,
12th.
so every sem marks card they asked.
Every sem marks cards is must and should.
Okay.
If you are not having the original, but in our, like in my in my college, like they issued me the 1 to 5th semester original marks cards, and like they told us the 6th to 8th marks cards will be late, so we can give you a attested copy stating that you have been completed all the semesters. So I sent the HR. After that, they gave us a question, like we have to write an essay on it. And the question was very silly question. We have to write an essay in our very own hands. In a A4 size paper, we have to write that essay around 1 or 1.5 pages, and we have to send it to the HR. After that, the offer letter was released. And
what was the topic?
Yeah, the question was very silly, and we couldn't get the answers in any of the platform, like Google or anything. We didn't find the answer only. Like after that, that too, the time limit was very less. Like around 3 o'clock, she called us and told that you have to send the essay. And within 4:30, we have to send the essay, because at 5:30.
What was the topic?
Topic was if you have given the chance of taking your loved ones to some other planet, who would be, or whom you won't take, why would be? This was the topic.
Okay, so this you will not find anywhere.
No, anywhere, because why will I take some other person or my friends or my relative to some other planet, or whom you will not take? Like there were two options. Like whatever option, it's my own. Like if
you can pick either of them and write
right.
on it.
Why if I take my mother to Mars, I have to write why I'm taking my mother to Mars. If this was the one topic, and other topic was if I didn't take, like I'm not interested to take my some other friend, so I have to write I'm not taking this fellow, and why the reason I have to write.
Okay.
And that to 1.5 page max, we have to write 1.5 page. That to not very big handwritings also should not be there. 1.5 means around 1,000 words should be there also. They told us. HR told.
So after you sending this, only then you got the final offer.
Final offer letter, yes.
Okay. So that was the entire interview process
of Comviva.
Nice, nice. So yeah, do you have any tips or suggestions to your friends and juniors, Jayanth, who are trying to get placed?
Yes, ma'am. Just 5 tips I will give. 100% they can do using these tips. They can be placed in any companies. So the first thing, practicing the quant, because all of a sudden no one can remember entire formulas or the shortcuts of quant. So keep on practicing will help them to understand or solve the questions very fastly. And
Uh-huh.
the second tip is any one technical language is must and should. It's mandatory. Either it's C or C++, Java, Python, anything. So this is the second tip. And third tip, they have to improve the communication skill and the confident level in technical and both HR interview.
Okay.
Because communication plays a very important role. Even if
Correct.
we are lying to the HR also, it should be like we have
You're
done that,
not
we
like you
have to
should be
be
confident
confident.
enough.
We have to confident, because even HR will also be knowing that this person is, or this guy is lying, but the confident level they will see. And the fourth point is maintaining the aggregate at least 7 CGPA or more than 60%. And the last but one final tip is be positive, be staying happy. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, nice. I hope students who are watching this will find it helpful, your tips.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
and since you are a student of Quant Masters, would you like to tell how was your journey with Quant Masters, Jan?
Yes, ma'am. I was the quarantine batch 3. Like I was not interested. I was not knowing what is Quant Masters or what it is. But my seniors told, like I asked them how to practice quants and all. So the first suggestion what they gave us was join Quant Master. Himanshu sir will teach you. You can rock or you can pass any company. So after joining Quant Masters, every day there was classes of technical, verbal, and quant. But during solving quant, I was happy, okay, I can solve this. But next day I was not remembering at all. But Himanshu sir was giving us a tip, if the class is on 10 to 12 in the morning, so like after 12 o'clock, at least evening, you have to practice these problems. Then you will be able to solve the quant related questions, not only for these placements, but even after selecting into placements also. If you want to crack any other
100%.
government exams or
Yeah,
any other exams, these quants will only be forever.
correct.
So even I followed the same rule, and Himanshu sir is my mentor and guide. That's all, ma'am. And my journey is very beautiful. After 1 year of the app subscription, even today I will be seeing the Quant Masters app. Like, oh, 1 year has been already over.
Yeah, correct, correct. So nice, nice. And yeah, congratulations once again, Jayanth. We are very happy for you. And also, thanks for being here, sharing all the information here. Students who are watching this will find it very useful.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for interviewing me and giving me a chance to talk with you also.
That's our pleasure, Jayanth. Congratulations once again. All the very best for your future, Jayanth.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.